What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're here on the job. Some of you may recognize this one from a short that I've uploaded recently. I'll take you around back and you'll see that the pit has been opened up a little bit further, and we'll take a look at the scope of the work. Okay, so here we are. The pit has been opened up, and as you can see, even from when we had the short, things have gotten much worse here. Now that the pipe is fully unsupported, it's just collapsing in. The ABS is soft and it's just warping. This is actually kind of oval shaped here now. These fittings are just coming right apart. Nothing's even holding them together, as you can see. It's just popping right out of the fitting there. When I get that out a little further, the ABS is actually bent pretty significantly there. So what we will do is we'll come back to where the pipe is somewhat decent here, clean it up, cut it there. Same thing on this side, and then we'll try and pull this whole assembly out. There's going to be some gunk and whatnot in there, so if you're squeamish, you might not want to watch this one, just because this has been being used in this condition, and, well, it's kind of like a trap right here, so everything comes down, and then it has to go back up, but it doesn't have the momentum, so we'll have to try and pull all this out. Hopefully there's no 90 or anything in the tank itself. We can pull it out, clean up around there, and then reseal it to the tank and get this back in a working order. Okay, this is going to be a little bit not so nice. I can already see a bunch of junk there. I don't know how full this pit's going to get, but it's going to be pretty gross. So to get started, I'll just cut things and then I can clean things up and bring it back to where I need to, and then we can wrestle this out and see what we can do regarding that. Unpleasant. Wow. So, as you can see from that right there, it was definitely plugged pretty significantly. We'll see how bad that side is. I may end up having to get a pump or something to get all this out so that I can work with here. So bad, and as you can see, that Y is just falling right out of there already, so go ahead and pull this section out. I mean, I don't know if you can see that very well, but this whole underside is squished. This is totally deformed. That's pretty plugged. So that might be why it was not draining well. This is definitely in rough shape. I'm gonna go grab a towel and some, I think I'm gonna get my pump, suck this water out. Actually, I might just use the vac I use for sewers and toilets and stuff. Get all this cleaned up, and I'll be back once I get that. Okay, so I'm just gonna vac all this out real quick. Okay, so we're kind of vacked out at this point. I think what I'll do to make it nice for myself is just put some dirt down. That way I can kind of actually stand here. Hopefully it's not going to be too muddy. Look at this guy. I don't know where he even came from. Okay, so now that we've got some solid footing to stand on, I'll show you. If you can see, this pipe is way out of round. The camera honestly doesn't do it justice. This pipe is exactly the same. Maybe next to a fitting it will show better just how out of round these two pipes are. So I gotta try and clean these up and correct that. And then the tank side of things is also looking pretty sketchy. I gotta open that up more. So I gotta go grab some tools and come back. So all in all, I am happy with the results so far. Things are coming along pretty good. I gotta go get some tools so that we can continue along here. Things came apart pretty easy. There's nothing really mysterious going into the tank, so that's good. But we'll get that tank opened up a little bit and we'll carry right on with this job. Okay, so we'll start off with this main drain here, just so that we can get that good and out of the way. Good feeling this is going to be oblong no matter where we cut it. Let's try to clean it off as best we can here. Now let's take a look at this opening to the tank here. And all this is just kind of rotten. There is roots and things growing into it because cracked right there. Yeah, it's a full tank. So that definitely does not help either. Probably don't want to know this, but big old crack right up and along it. And it goes down. As far as I can tell. So this whole system is more or less living on borrowed time here. I have to really clean that up more than what my towel is going to be able to handle. Let's get the dirty part from the pipe. I'm going to have to because that's just not gonna seal quite proper. Good news is the hub will fit in. I can stick a piece of pipe on there so we get in a little further, and then I can really coat that up. But I'm gonna have to clean that up so that we get a good bond, at least as best as we're going to. And here it is from the front. As you can see, there's a big crack running right down into the ground. That goes at least a couple inches more into the ground, but probably further than that even. So I will have to show this to the contractor as well, let the homeowners know, and then they will have to think about having a septic very soon here. And with that being the case, I really don't have to get too fancy here, just enough to get them so that it's working for now. Like I said, they're probably going to need a new system here very soon. So if we can just get it so that everything drains in the interim, I will be happy with that. Once they get a new system, there's a good chance that all of that piping will be replaced anyway. So we'll just do what we can and get this repaired so that it works from now until the new system goes in. Need this in just a little ways, and this more or less coming straight in. So we're going to need at least 25.5-inch piece. $25.5. 25.5. So that's definitely a not an ABS pipe that's out there. I can smell the tar on it. Okay, so That's definitely not ABS out there. When I cut, I can smell the tar. It's a Orangeburg pipe, which is like a wood fiber and asbestos lined with tar. So that could be why it also warped as easy as it did. If you know, drop it down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you if you've worked with this stuff or know anything about it. I'd love to learn when it was installed and things like that. So let me know in the comments. And it happened. The thing I was hoping wouldn't happen while I was here. And I was hoping to get this pipe in before it happened. The bathroom has been used. So let's go ahead and try and get this all made up and going into the tank. And such are the joys of dealing with drainage. You can tell people not to use their drains, but at the end of the day, it's like flipping the light switch when the power's gone out. Sometimes it's just habit. So as a plumber, we try to work as fast as we can when the drain is open and people are home. Sometimes it doesn't work in our favor though. The good news is the water is slow, so it's probably just a shower or something along those lines, and it's clean. There aren't little chunks of anything coming out. Be polite about it. So that's definitely a plus. And it's already coming to a stop, so just have to do some vacuuming and get it dry in here again. Luckily, once this gets put in, we shouldn't have to worry too much about it. There's a husky. There. Hopefully once I sock it all down, it will straighten that pipe out. Okay, let's get this in. Gonna need to heat that up and try and form it back. can use the Husky to form fit it. Oh no. Very, very much out of round. So close. Okay, that's not pretty, but I think it's certainly better. I'm just going to double check. We've got at least some pitch there. I mean, it's not bellied, so that's good. I'm going to guess not only are these out of round, but they're probably slightly larger in diameter than PVC. Oh yeah, we got plenty of pitch. This is just so extreme it looks like that might be flat, but that's got pitch going in, so that's good. That'll probably hold well enough for the interim. I don't even know if they're going to end up filling this back in or not, so let's go ahead and get the branch hooked up and then clean that up a little bit, throw some cement over it, and call it a day. I'm gonna back this out though so that I don't have to be standing in the mud here, I think. Although, I just have to do this little short piece here. It's just not quite a straight 45, that's all. Go figure, it's not a 22. It's something weird. Probably have to put this back a little bit further though. That's pretty spot on. Just gonna have to cut it back here so that hopefully I can get enough from here to here. Yeah, might be a little flat. Although this is delaminating. Okay, so hopefully I didn't lock myself in there. That would really kind of suck. But I'm gonna heat up the end of this pipe, get it a little toasty, and then see if I can't get the no hub on here and put this together. Whew. Smells a lot like oakum. just gotta fold that back. That. Do this so I can hopefully give it a good little twist. That. Try this again. Because as I was steering, I marked myself in. Okay. That's great. Let's just don't need it. Okay. Perfect. In. Ahead and suck all this together. Still plenty of pitch. Now, one thing I want to point out is this is clearly not the same diameter. Even though it's a little out of round, it's still a larger diameter pipe. It's 4-inch, it's just thicker walls. One issue that could happen is we could end up hitting the bottom of the 4-inch here. I've tried to avoid that as much as I can, but it's still a potential. Again, hopefully this is only a temporary fix. I know by no means is this actually correct. Okay, so one benefit to having water down here is I was able to use that to clean up around the hole there. So now we'll just go mix up some cement, slap it in there, and call this done for today. Okay, so it's backfilled enough that the pipes are all supported now, and I will leave the rest up to the contractor. All right, so that'll wrap everything up for this video. Things went pretty well considering. It's not a great repair by any means, or the proper repair. It's good enough. If it were going to be something more permanent, I would definitely come back and do it again. Again, you could probably tell the light is fading here. It's getting late in the day. The supply houses are all closed at this point, so it was just a matter of getting it back up and running so that they can actually use their bathrooms and everything else in the house. As you saw in the video though, there's that crack. There are a couple other issues. The pipe is just old. So I'm going to relay this all to the contractor, relay it to the homeowners, and let them know my suggestion that at the very least the tank is probably going to need to be replaced. I wouldn't risk repairing it. But for now, that's this job done. I hope you liked it. If you know that piping material, like I said, I think it might be Orangeburg, but I'm not 100% sure. So if you've worked with it before or know anything about it, please leave a comment down below. If you liked this video and you just want to leave a comment, drop that down there too. I love to read them. While you're down there, hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. Hit that subscribe button, and that way I will see you on the next job. And with that, bye for now.